Have you ever looked in the mirror after a full night of sleep and thought, why do I still look exhausted? The dark circles, fine lines, and that subtle dullness in your skin, where is it all coming from? You've cut sugar, hit the gym, started guzzling green smoothies, but something's still off. Maybe it's not what you're eating or not eating. Maybe it's your emotions, that low-grade resentment you carry about your job, the suppressed anger you never really dealt with. The chronic stress you tell yourself is just part of adulting. Modern science is now screaming what ancient wisdom has long whispered. Your emotions are not just in your head, they are in your skin, your cells, your lifespan. And negative ones? They're shaving years off your life and beauty from your face. You've probably noticed it. Some people in their 40s still radiate youth, while others in their 30s already look tired, bitter, and worn down. It's not just genes, it's not just skincare, it's emotional posture. Italian dermatology researchers published a 2020 meta-study examining how emotional states are linked to dermatological issues. They found resentment and hatred are highly associated with psoriasis. Chronic anger is linked to eczema, hives, rosacea, and even hair thinning. This makes sense biologically. Negative emotions spike cortisol, the stress hormone, which does three awful things. Breaks down collagen, making your skin sag and wrinkle. Inhibits hair growth, making you lose volume or go gray prematurely. Reduces DHEA, a key youth hormone. Anger literally shows up on your skin. Bitterness becomes your brand. No amount of retinol can outdo chronic rage. Let's start with the hard science. At the tip of each chromosome in your cells lies a tiny protective cap called a telomere. Think of telomeres like the plastic tips on your shoelaces. Once they fray, everything starts to unravel. Shorter telomeres equals faster aging. Stanford University, in partnership with the University of Hong Kong, published a striking study in 2023 showing that people frequently trapped in negative emotional states, anxiety, anger, resentment, experience 1.65 years worth of biological aging every year. That's faster than what smoking does to you. In fact, emotional stress is 32% more aging than smoking. Let that sink in. Your bad mood today is literally making you older tomorrow. Even the CDC has acknowledged that emotional health is a critical component of aging, and ignoring it may be more harmful than a bad diet. Your autonomic nervous system, the internal regulator of your heart rate, digestion, and sleep, doesn't know if you're stressed about taxes or being chased by a bear. It reacts the same way to both. And when that fight or flight response is on repeat, it gets fried. This is what doctors call autonomic dysregulation, and it manifests as chronic insomnia, gut issues, hormonal imbalances, unexplained fatigue, even autoimmune disorders. Dr. Losang Gyaltsen, a Tibetan preventive medicine specialist, puts it plainly, the most toxic substances we carry aren't in our food or air, they're in our minds, and resentment is one of the most poisonous. But I can't help it. Some people would say, here's where it gets personal. A former Fortune 500 executive named Mufan seemed to have it all. A high-powered job, financial freedom, a happy family. But in her early 30s, she began crying inexplicably. Some days, she even considered ending her life. Doctors found no clinical illness. Her labs were perfect. But the mirror showed a different story. Her face had aged dramatically. Her glow was gone. She wasn't sick in the traditional sense. She was emotionally sick. In desperation, she joined a community dance class. No therapy, no meds, just movement, music, and shared joy. Weeks later, her anxiety started to melt. Her energy returned. Her skin glowed again. She didn't just heal her mood, she reversed her aging. You don't need a spa, you need a safe space to feel again. Don't believe me? Let's look at some cultural icons. Jane Fonda, age 86. Known for her activism and ageless beauty, Fonda once said, "Staying youthful isn't about skin cream, it's about purpose and peace." Her secret? Processing pain through movement, speaking her truth, and never letting bitterness stay the night. Dolly Parton, age 78. When asked how she stays so radiant, she joked, "I don't let the world drag me down. I rise above it with a smile and a wig." Beneath the humor lies a truth. Joy is a choice, and it shows. Let's get practical. The Lancet Medical Journal and Harvard Health suggest these 4 emotional fitness habits to reduce aging markers. 1. Sleep is your fountain of youth. According to Dr. Matthew Walker, author of Why We Sleep, sleep is the most effective thing we can do to reset brain and body health each day. Sleep reduces cortisol, boosts growth hormone, and even increases natural collagen production. Want to look younger next week? Start sleeping better tonight. 2. Smiling isn't silly, it's science. Even forced smiles can trigger mood improvement thanks to facial feedback theory. A study by the Spanish Medical Society found that habitual smilers live 35% longer than their grumpy counterparts. Don't feel like smiling? Do it anyway. Your nervous system is listening. 3. Practice micro-mindfulness. You don't need to meditate for an hour. Just 10 seconds of conscious breathing can interrupt a cortisol spike. That's enough to recalibrate your body's stress response. Dr. Elizabeth Blackburn, a Nobel laureate who studied telomeres, found that mindfulness slows cellular aging. Live in the moment, not in your past trauma or future worry. 4. Let nature heal you. You know that feeling after walking through a forest or sitting by the ocean? It's not in your head. It's in your parasympathetic nervous system, your body's rest and digest mode. The University of Michigan found that spending 20 minutes in a park significantly reduces stress hormones, even without exercise. Nature doesn't judge, it just heals. Let's wrap this up with 5 small, realistic actions that can literally keep you younger. Name your emotion out loud. Don't suppress it, label it. Studies show that naming feelings reduces their power. Journal for 5 minutes before bed. Emotional dumping onto paper can help your brain sleep. Dance alone to one feel-good song. Sounds silly? Neuroscience says it boosts dopamine and serotonin. Try it. Watch a comedy clip every morning. Laughter increases oxygen intake and relaxes muscles. It's a mini vacation. Forgive someone, even silently. Not for them, for your immune system. Forgiveness lowers inflammatory markers. Let's be real, life is hard. You can't always avoid stress, pain, or betrayal, but you can choose how long you carry it. The most powerful anti-aging serum? Emotional freedom. The cheapest skincare routine? Peace of mind. Let go, not for their sake, but for yours. Because the world doesn't need a more perfect face. It needs your real one, radiant, alive, and unburdened. Negative emotions age you faster than smoking. Chronic resentment, anger, or anxiety shrinks your telomeres. Your skin reflects your emotions, like scientifically. Celebrities like Jane Fonda and Dolly Parton prioritize emotional health to stay youthful. Fixing your emotional health doesn't need therapy. It might need sleep, laughter, movement, and trees. Most importantly, you deserve peace. Not when everything is perfect, but now.